First round of the quarterfinals in the Nations League comes to an end. The Azzurri, they've lost, but it was a game where there was some positives. There was some promise. It's a game where if you were to turn around and say, if this player wasn't playing and that player was playing instead, if this player took his chance, Italy, they could have won. It's a Germany team that was there for the taking. It was an Italian team under Spalletti where, let's just say, life under Spalletti didn't start off the best, but you're now beginning to see some growth. You're now beginning to see some key players being integrated into the team. And I genuinely look at it and tell myself, DeMarco missing, Cambiasso missing, Buongiorno, there has to be a way to integrate him into that team. I look at somebody like Ricci in midfield. I feel like he could do a better job than Rovella. Retegui missing in attack. These are all players. You add them into the mix. You integrate them into the picture. Spalletti's got himself a very good team. But I'm here to discuss the quarterfinal. Because now Italy go into the second leg 2-1 down with an opportunity to make the semi-finals. Now, what do we make of the game? Player number one. And I feel like Italy have missed him when he was suspended, when he was banned. Sandro, Tonali. I feel like he rolled back the years. I feel like he showed every Italian, every Calcio fan what they're truly missing. Why Newcastle paid the big money for him. That was a performance. Like, I always look at it like this. To be, in my opinion, arguably man of the match, and your team's lost, there's a lot of positives. Let's just look at his performance in a bit more detail. 1 goal, 93% pass accuracy, 2 key passes, 3 out of 3 long balls, 7 out of 10 duels won, 8 defensive actions, and 1 big chance created. And that chance, I feel like that was the turning point of the game. If Raspadori put his foot through the ball, converted it past the keeper, I feel like that would have put the game in Italy's hands in a very delicate period of the game. Like, you could just see it right now. Tonali down the left hand side, he slips it into Raspadori. I feel like it was an amazing first touch by Raspadori, but I just feel like he didn't strike the ball with conviction. Like, he didn't strike the ball like a player that had confidence in himself to put the ball into the back of the net. Moise Kean returning to the national team. As much as I feel like he wasn't too involved, I actually enjoyed his performance. You could see the physicality. You could see his ability to play with his back to goal, to connect the dots. And I feel like on another day, the opportunities will fall for him. I actually liked seeing him in the starting 11. And I'm actually counting down the days to see him and Retegui, 2 players that bring different things to the table. But the game, it started off perfect for the Azzurri. It started off perfect for Italy. This was a 15-pass sequence, and this is what Spalletti ball is. This is what I feel like every Italian fan across the world wants to see. Their team calm, composed, but progressive in possession. You could see everybody's getting touches. Bastoni, Di Lorenzo, Calafiori. Eventually the ball reaches down the right-hand side. Barella doing what he does best. Spotting the space, passing the ball into the space with perfect precision. He puts it on a plate for his teammate. Passed across goal, cleared out, it falls to Tonali. Now for me, this was a wonderful finish. Why? To run onto a ball, knowing you've still got a goalkeeper to beat, and you've got 2 German defenders on the line, mainly down the right-hand side, and you still shoot down the right-hand side, and it evades both of them. I feel like it was a perfect finish. Placed into the side netting. It's what you want to see at the San Siro. Tonali playing for the badge, putting his national team 1-0 up. Now this is crazy. I was sat watching the game. I was doing some research, and I was like, Italy have conceded 8 goals. 7 of them have been from set pieces. Let's just reword. The last 8 goals that this Italian national team has conceded, 7 out of the 8 have been from set pieces. You know the 1 goal that wasn't from a set piece? It was from a player crossing the ball, Kleindienst, however you pronounce his name, Kleindienst, turning it in for Germany. So in reality, a lot of the goals, 8 of their goals that they've conceded have come from crosses, have come from dead balls. Do you know how crazy that is? You've conceded your last 8 goals, 7 have come from crosses. When you look at this Italian team, there's physicality. There's players that are good in the air. Players that have shown they can win their aerial duels at club level. From Bastoni, from Calafiori, from Buongiorno, even Di Lorenzo. The players in midfield, they chip in. Donnarumma, what is Donnarumma? 6'4", 6'5". For Italy to be conceding 7 of their last 8 goals from set pieces, I feel like question marks definitely have to be asked of. One, the midfielders, because when you look at the first goal, I am looking at Tonali. As much as I feel like he had an amazing game, I'm looking at it and I'm telling myself, you need to close down the angle. You need to not give Kimmich that half yard to put that ball into the box. He doesn't. And I feel like he just didn't anticipate the cross coming in. You need to never ever give the fullback, the winger, the midfielder any space to put the ball into the box. Because if they do, you're now asking a lot from your centre halves. But regardless, if the cross was to come in, you've got physical centre halves that should be winning their headers. And I don't know. Like, I feel like this is this Azzurri team's biggest Achilles. Like, this is their weakness. This is the spot where you can target them. Because the funny thing is, a few minutes later, a corner kick. Once again, a goal from a set piece. A corner kick comes in and I'm looking at it once again and I'm thinking, it's not as if Goretzka connected with the ball perfectly. Hell no, it was just ricochets, little deflections here and there. Why do Italy keep conceding goals from set pieces? Because I feel like once they eliminate that out of their game, the 3-5-2, listen, I told you guys at the beginning, there were positives, there were negatives, but there's promise. There really, really, really is. Because I feel like for the first time in decades, you look at this Italian national team and you say it's young. I feel like growing up, I've always looked at the Italian national team and said it's one of the oldest teams in the World Cup. It's one of the oldest teams in the Euros. It's a team where all of the players are in their prime. They're approaching the end of their careers. They're in their 30s, 31, 32, 33. This is easily, arguably, one of the Italian national team's youngest crop of players. And I feel like if they can just eliminate conceding goals from set pieces, it's a step in the right direction. Because you saw today, playing out of the back, they looked comfortable, they looked composed. They scored a goal where they retained the ball 15, 16 passes in order to break down this German national team, put it into the back of the net. In midfield, they played 3-5-2. 2 out of the 3 midfielders are guaranteed, and they are 2 stars at club level, from Barella and Sandro Tonali. And I feel like the central area, there's a lot of players competing for it off promise. Wing backs, I feel like that's where they flourished the most. From Di Marco, from Cambiasso, Udogi, who I feel like had a very, very, very good game. In attack, they've got 2 up-and-coming strikers, 2 exciting prospects, but 2 players that have shown this year in Calcio, in Serie A, they know how to put the ball into the back of the net. Retegui, top goal scorer. Guess who's second? Moise Kean, top goal scorer for Fiorentina. It's an exciting project. And let's not forget the centre-halves. Centre-halves, that's what Italian football is. From Bastoni, from Calafiori, from Buongiorno. It's a good team. Eliminate the small little cracks. Find a way around them, because this Italian team is not getting carved open. This Italian team is conceding goals from mistakes. Now, do I think they stand a chance of making it into the semi-finals? You saw in moments today, they had the ability to go toe-to-toe with this German national team. They had the ability to carve them open. They had the physicality to outfight them in the centre of the park. It's just a matter of taking your opportunities. Because when the game was 1-1, Raspadori had the chance to give Italy the lead, and he squandered it. 10 minutes later, Goretzka scores. It will be a tough game in Germany, but I feel like the quality is definitely there. And I feel like the fact that they have just played them and they know where they can get the beating of them, this Italian team should go into that game with full confidence, get the early lead, kill the sting of the game, and you never know. The Nations League semi-finals, it will be a good thing for this young Italian national team to taste success, to taste reaching the latter stages. Fair enough, it's a baby tournament, but still, to reach the latter stages, you begin to see growth. There's confidence, there's belief, and I feel like it sets them up perfectly for the Euros. But having said all of that, if you're new, make sure to hit the like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to let me know what you think in the comments, and I will catch you guys on another one.